I just wanted to record this video because I've never spoken about my faith online before. Reason being, I've never honestly felt worthy enough to. I don't know the Bible inside and out. I don't really want to teach or preach about things and get it wrong. So I've always kind of kept my faith to myself. But I'm at a point in my life that I've reached that my consistent prayer is just, Lord, show me your will, show me the way. And I just want to record this video for myself to show me all the times that God has shown up in my life and where he's really intervened and looked after me, because I feel like I just need a little bit of reminding. So 2022, the year after Love Island, I was going through a really hard time, kind of transitioning from my old life into this new life. And I hadn't been to church for ages. I hadn't gone for a while, and I kind of went to church, and the pastor at the church mentioned influencers. You do not go to church expecting them to bring up influencers, but this pastor at the time, I was so overwhelmed by everything that was going on in my life, and he was like, with every great blessings, there comes great burdens. And I honestly cried all the way home. I was just so overwhelmed by the Holy Spirit because I'd been going through a tough time and the message felt so catered to me, and there was nothing stopping me from going to church that day. I walked in on my own. It was completely bold of me. I didn't like to go anywhere on my own at that point. And yeah, just the whole preaching to be about influencers, and you think that all these people with all these followers have a great life, but with every blessing comes every great burden. Wow, that really brought me back to the church because I knew that God was trying to reach me with that message. On the way out of that service, I was losing my best friend from home at the time, and this girl knocked on my window and was like, "Hey, I seen that you was coming into church on your own. If you ever want to meet up for a coffee, let me know." To this day, we are still friends. Secondly, I had mad anxiety in my house because I was living in my house on my own at the time, and all my family had moved abroad, and I was getting like cards through my door, cookies left on my doorstep, and I was so scared. And I decided to move, and I found this flat that I absolutely loved, and I called them up and it was unavailable. And God basically said, "I am your firm foundation. I will be with you wherever you go." They called me and said, "Look, it's taken. If it goes, if it falls through, we'll call you back up." 2 days later, they called me back up. I got that flat. Then, secondly, this house that I've brought now, I was house hunting and I loved this house, and it went off the market within 2 days. And I went to look at this other bungalow, and I put an offer in and the offer didn't go through. And at the time, it's what I thought I wanted. This house then come back on the market, and basically within a week, it was mine. So even though my family's been abroad, like God has never let me go without. He's always made sure that he's provided me with a place to stay. Number 3, I was on a girls' holiday one time, and this guy come over to me and was on about Jesus, and Jesus is coming back, and it was really confusing me, and talking about all these authority figures in the government. I went to the club toilet and I prayed in the club toilet, and I said, "God, if this is not the truth, then please show me the truth. Give me a sign." I got out the toilet, there was a Bible open in a club toilet. It was Corinthians, and the first passage I read was something along the lines of, "Do not put your faith in those that put their faith in authority figures." So completely, that just translated to me, yeah, like, just just ignore everything that guy said. I then felt like I wanted to give the woman something in return for, giving me this message, and she was so friendly. And I said, "How much is the spray of the deodorant?" And she said £1. I looked in my bag, I exactly had £1 that I was debating whether to put in my bag earlier or not. In the year of 2023, in November, I went through depression. It's the first time I'd ever gone through severe depression in my life. And I went to Abu Dhabi to be with my family and be off social media. And basically, it felt like it went on forever. I was not a part of this world. I didn't feel like I could socially talk to anyone. My energy was all over the place. It was different. And all I had in that moment, because I had nothing left, was just to hold on to God and his presence and his words. And this is what I mean. I get wound up when I talk about this. But basically, basically, he showed me the story of the Israelites, where they could be in the desert. They could have been in and out of the desert in 11 days, but they was in it for 40 years because they wasn't listening to God. And even though it felt like I was going to go through that depression forever in that moment and I would never get out of it, I did, because I just held on to God every single day. And even at the time, it felt for me forever. And this is what I think it is, because obviously in the spiritual realm, there is like no time, but in this world, there is time. It is a thing. But when I looked back on the days that I had been in the depression and the day that I come out of it, I counted it exactly, and it had been 11 days. So God showed me that story, and it was exactly 11 days that I was in depression, and he used it as a metaphor about the Israelites in the desert for 11 days. So yeah, that was quite a lot for me to speak about. So please be kind and gracious. I've been scared to speak about it because I don't want backlash online. There's a lot of presumptions about Christian faith, and they get a lot of hate because they don't conform with modern day views. And I just want to say, like, I've got nothing but love in my heart for everyone out there. And I don't always share my side of the story, and I've been quiet on a lot of things, but I feel like my faith in God is something I can no longer be quiet on.